Pulse Investments was the #1 performing stock on the Jamaica Stock Exchange in 2020. And in 2021, they're still winning. The company is reporting a 44% increase in net profit for the quarter ended March 31, 2021. So how did they do so well in a pandemic? Let's find out. It was a year of uncertainty in the fashion and entertainment industries, but that didn't seem to affect Pulse's bottom line. I got the scoop from Chairman of Pulse Investments, Kingsley Cooper. Hi again, Kingsley.
Great to be here with you as always.
Well, we're about to talk about my favorite topic now, money.
Well, is that everybody's favorite topic?
Well, your quarterly results are out for Pulse's third quarter and your profits are up 44%. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. You know, we sort of double down. This is this period of the pandemic, you know, you're either going to attack it or it's going to attack you. So we made sure that we put in that much more effort. We also had some amount of luck in the sense that, you know, with the model agency, for example, you know, our top girls were in New York, which has always remained open. So it's, you know, that is a good thing. Black Lives Matter movement has helped because, believe it or not, black models are doing better than before.
Yeah.
And better than even some of their white counterparts in some instances, which is unheard of. So that's been good for us. Yeah, modeling, we managed to maintain our business, went down a bit, but because Europe is still a challenge, but in New York, we're able to do well. A little bit of luck in that respect in terms of how the pandemic affected our model resources. So our assets were very productive in this period. Maybe I should refer to models as assets, but, you know, and in all the other areas, we did fairly well.
And when Kingsley says other areas, boy, does he mean it. According to the company's 2020 annual report, Pulse now has 12 different revenue streams. Apart from model agency representation, its other top earners are rental income from subletting leased properties, show production and promotion for events including Caribbean Fashion Week, the sale of television programming, and market sponsorship. What about the TV business, TV media?
Continues to do well, continues to improve. Because you know you're in the industry. Once you produce the program, you know you can get new markets fairly easily because it's the same cost of production for the one program.
Exactly.
It replicates, you know, and of course you probably are using your YouTube channels and so on, which we also do, not as much as we should, because we have direct contracts with broadcasters. You know, so that's up.
Going up in TV, was that because of new broadcast deals? Because I know for many in the media business, it's been a difficult time. Advertising revenue has fallen, for example.
We are not.
But you don't do advertising,
no,
you do sponsorships.
Right, sponsorship. And also we do a lot of advertising entitlements, which are advertising credits as well. So, of course, if you're a broadcaster and you're going to get programming, you're happy to give the advertising credits.
Right.
Rather than draw a check, especially in these times. So you have a mix of all of that. Has always been a strategy to ensure that we always do well in our broadcasts of our TV shows. And also there's greater viewership because there's greater demand.
People are home, nothing to do.
So broadcasters who have run the new season, for example, will call and say, can I get some back seasons or can I rerun seasons, because they're entitled to run it and then run one or two rebroadcasts under their agreement. So if they want to do more additional broadcasts, then that's another deal. So, you know, it's positive.
We need to talk some more business about the media business.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, with social media and YouTube and technology, that's the future.
Meanwhile, Pulse's real estate portfolio of shops, offices, restaurants, accommodations, event venues, and hotel facilities are now a key part of the company's core business. Its hospitality sector is also slowly trending up, though it remains well below the levels a year ago.
We improved our position with our rentals business, believe it or not. new tenants coming in.
Yeah, how did you manage that? Because I know you do Airbnb is a part of the business, and that kind of
Well, that has been
dissolved.
down from March.
Right.
Last year we actually closed between March and September of 2020. So that has shown improvement, but nothing to write home about. But we did have some areas where we saw improvement. In that we had a couple of people from New York who stayed with us in the rooms and also rented office space from us. So the whole idea of working from remotely. And these are Jamaicans who wanted to be in Jamaica because they knew they were going to have a long period of pandemic stress. So they said, let me leave New York.
A workcation.
A workation. And so that helped us. And, you know, we just started seeing guests popping up. Some of them Jamaican, some of them based here for whatever reason, but nothing massive. You know, it's still down from the numbers we would have liked to have seen. We never started here yet, as yet, up to the pandemic's arrival. So we didn't lose anything here. So our increase was in, yes, some of the traffic in the homes, the rooms, pulse rooms, and also in our rentals business, commercial space. That we saw strong increases in. And we also created a section in the pulse rooms for offices because we know we weren't going to fill the rooms.
Right.
So that also has done reasonably well, and that's new business that wasn't there before.
As for Pulse's investment properties, these continue to show significant gains. This grew by 37% for the 9 months ending March 31, 2021, from $436 million in the prior year to $599 million. Pulse says these increases reflect the value of a growing portfolio of new and existing real estate. With the suites at Villa Ronai coming on stream this year and the planned development of 30 Pulse homes in 2023, Pulse's real estate arm is set to take an even more central role in the company's operations.
The gains on investment property is very strong because of the new, as we continue to develop. Because one of the things we did while the pandemic was on was to focus on doing as much of the construction, the completion of construction and refurbishing that we could do. And we have actually completed Villa Ronai now, apart from a few touches here and there, except for the new project which is to come.
Well, last year, April, you also waived rent for your tenants.
Right.
For how long did you do
that? It was just for the month, but it was as the pandemic hit and everybody was in this big panic because nobody understood what was going to happen. So we felt it was a good time to give our tenants some support. And so we just waived rent for that month. And, you know, we kept, I would say, 90% of them. We lost a few, and then the ones we lost, we regained new tenants to cover our losses and to expand.
So it sounds like you weren't too badly affected by the pandemic then?
Not really, because had we had this property, for example, fully operational as hotel, you can imagine would have been hit hard.
Right.
You know, but because it had not yet opened, it wasn't a factor. And the expenditure was really capital expenditure, which was already funded and programmed. It wasn't operational expense, so it didn't affect us. It affected our future earnings, and of course all that means is that once we come on stream with everything, our earnings are going to go up because these are not yet factored in terms of the income side.
Now, Pulse is using this iconic property for its next investment, Pulse Homes. I'll tell you all about that next time.
Let's get this money.